Uh, Abstract brainwaves, game genie in the beanie. We ain't on the same stage, leveled up. The epitome of technique. Can't survive in my current thought.
Okay, so we're back at the house. Other yellow hat guy here, back with another video. And, well, we've got another Pokemon Go video coming up. I didn't think it would be so soon either, but we've got two things going on. We've got Rosalia Community Day this weekend. And before we get into that, Niantic did something that helps us out. So while I've been bellyaching and complaining about the lack of updates in the game, and by updates I mean like new content as far as legendaries and events that are worthwhile, we did get a couple things that help us out, and I'm going to take that negative that I'm feeling, turn that into a positive. How? Well, we've got to get a certain amount of XP, right? And when we last left off, I needed like 2 point something million to get to the 13 that I need to progress to level 45. Well, we're going to use this opportunity to get to level 45. I needed maybe 20 something more rocket leaders to be defeated. We did the 100 battles, but we all know that's really 300 battles, right? So in that pursuit of getting, all of those leaders done, we needed some help. And that help was going to be in the form of money. We're going to have to pay. You're going to have to pay and buy these rocket radars to expedite this process. But how many of them do we have to buy? So at 3,000 coins, I figured out that, hey, 15 times 200, I'd need, 3,000 coins to get 15 of them done. And maybe, just maybe, I'd be able to do 5 more on my own. That'd be 30 more battles. However, like they always do on their own time, Niantic creates these events to help people out. So maybe they saw other people who were in my shoes and they were like, oh, this person hates level 44. They almost quit playing the game because of level 44. Or you're on level 48 or 49, whichever it is, where you have to do some more of these battles, specifically the leaders, to progress to the next retrospective level, or the next appropriate level. There we go. I think that's the word. That being said, they gave us a Sneasel event. Okay, and while I thought it was part of the Go Rocket stuff, it's not. But what was nice about it is, whereas with the rocket balloons, you've got to go seek them out. They occasionally come to you, but for the most part, you've got to seek them out if you want to get it done fast. The Sneasel stuff, it's right here and there. You put a little incense on, or maybe you're just at home and a couple of Pokemon spawn. For the most part, it was just catch 2 Pokemon, you get a Sneasel, you get that Sneasel. Guess what? It counts as catching another Pokemon. It was an endless loop all day long. And if you had some lucky eggs on, you were able to get massive amounts of XP, to progress to that level. So that's what I ended up doing to get where I'm at now. So nearly 1 million XP within that time I was able to get during those 8 hours. And I can't remember the last time I played for 8 hours straight prior to maybe the 30 raids for the Go Beyond level 40. But I literally can't remember, but back in the day it happened. So getting through that segment, I got some footage here. I did get some shiny Sneasels. It's funny how I could not get one of those in the past and end up trading for one, and here it is. So while we don't have any new legendaries on the way, I think they're bringing back Latios and Latias. You've got Raikou, out right now. This is all just filler stuff because I guess they look at it like this. Hey, we don't want people out here during the pandemic, but we'll gladly have you drive in your car or walk to get these rocket stops. I really don't understand the logic there, knowing that we have remote raid passes, but they haven't been giving us any new legendaries, and you would think it would just all be Kanto stuff for February since they're celebrating, the 25th anniversary of Pokemon, or I guess it's the 25th. Maybe it's the 20th, one of those. That they stick to that, but they're not. So this is going to be opportunity now as of 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. I'm full of word vomit here. 10 a.m. today, and they've got some Go Rocket stuff out. So let's look in the game here and see what it actually is. Team Go Rocket celebration. It ends in 5 days, 8 hours, because I'm a little bit late. But one of the tasks was, defeat one of these grunts. Did that. Then defeat 2 of them, and then defeat 6, and you get a rocket radar. So what was nice was in the shop, they also gave you a 1 coin box. You pay 1 coin, you get a rocket radar as well, and a couple other things. So I was able to get 2 of them just off of that and this right here, and then I think I had another one prior that I already earned. So we're at the 15. I could go ahead and spend 3,000 coins or buy another. I'm at 2,300 or something like that right now. You probably can't see that anyway. I'm just too lazy to record this up there, but I did have some recorded footage that should be playing right now to show you one of those battles. Anywho, I decided to get some more lucky eggs because the end game here is to get enough XP. Right now, I don't have to focus on the rocket people since they should be everywhere. So we're gonna go look for those guys and see if we can chip it down to maybe just needing 10 more. That way I don't have to use all of my coins. Because what I would love to do is use, maybe just 5 of these. Maybe just use 1,000 coins on 5 rocket radars and get that out of the way. And maybe they keep rewarding you with some as you progress, right? A rocket radar every research completion would be sweet. So I do 5 of these and I get 5 more. That's 10. Then I'm left with just 10 more that I spend with my own money. I can do that. And then maybe use 1,000 coins for more lucky eggs to keep this all going. So what I'm going to try to do is use some lucky eggs while I'm doing these rocket battles and the gotchas collecting Pokemon. And hopefully by raid hour tomorrow, we're ready to move on to the next level. So I'll let you know how that works out. You'll see here. I'm going to cut this right here, and I'm going to actually do the grinding, which you won't see, but I'll be back to show you what's what. So I'm happy about that. It's a little bit better. I mean, I'm really out of the loop as far as what level 45 entails. I'm not really worried about it because it's its own struggle. I'm going to have to get millions of more XP, but at least it's not to where I'm having to be at the mercy of these rocket guys, right? I can just take my time doing raids and getting XP and use some of these lucky eggs when I can for that versus I gotta hope they appear, hope that you're in traffic and you got enough time to tap and do some of these and keep it moving. It's just very frustrating doing that. You're doing 6, you've already heard me bellyache in previous videos. I'm gonna stop it right here and I'll follow up with you soon. So we are here at the High Point Museum. I am worn out. It's getting dark. It's getting late. They've got a lunar event. I think we'll talk about that in another video. I'm worn out. That's all I can say. I've spent pretty much a full day doing so many battles. I can't even count how many battles it was. But when I started this yesterday, I was 35 battles in and had 15 more. I was blessed with this event going on, this rocket event, where I guess the first 5 research tasks you did, when you did all 3, you got a rocket radar. So that saved me 5 off. So out of that 35, it put me all the way at 40. So then I had 10 more. 10 times 6, 60 battles. And, you already know I'm irritated with this whole event. Like, I'm at the verge of just not playing the game, anymore. I've been out eating poorly because, I was just focused, nose to the grindstone, trying to get as much of this I can get out of the way to take advantage of the event. Yeah, there's a few more days left, but no, I'm not waiting. I'm not planning my day. I'm not planning another day around Pokemon Go. I just can't do that. So you can say, well, a yellow hat guy, take your time. Yep, could take my time. But I'm not in control of where these rocket guys appear at, right? My best bet was to go downtown High Point and find as many of them as possible. Great. Was able to take advantage of that. Sometimes they were right next to each other. Cool. But then you have a couple of things that are still annoying. The bag space. Guess what? You run out of bags, or your bag space is full, you don't get to collect the mysterious component. On the flip side, you can stack radars. You can buy 1, 2, 3 radars, but you can't collect, mysterious components after your bag is full. Okay, I delete bag space. Shouldn't have to, because that should come with the territory. Their only purpose is that. They're like stickers. They're only good for getting rid of them in the appropriate event. All right. The other grievance I have is when the radar is on, I can't go ahead and get grunts. I can't beat them to get the components, to stack those components. That's got to change. I should be able to have my radar on and still be able to go ahead and go after the grunts. Why? The grunts are out there. But now I've got to go figure out where the rocket guys are using the radar. That is super annoying during an event like this. Oh gosh, my hand is all in the way. I'm trying to get it to where it's not. Forgive me. Anyway, where was I going with this? Camera is where it needs to be. I'm just ranting. So those two things were problems for me. But we got it done. I am still grinding on the experience. No more battles. Yeah, I just said, let me buy 3 instead of using, all my coins on it. It just didn't make sense knowing that they were so close to each other. Just go ahead and do the 6, bite the bullet. It's better than wasting 200 coins, and those 200 coins can go to my next focus, which is lucky eggs. I need to get more lucky eggs to get XP to get to the next level. So we're not out of the woods yet. We got most of the brutal stuff done, which was those battles, but the XP. So here I am. I'm at the High Point Museum. I am going to save up on time by doing some of this raid hour. So when I get this raid hour done, I got some people pulling up here right now. We're a few minutes from it. I'm just going to go ham with the lucky eggs and do as many raids as I can. If I can get 10 raids, I can get, over 100,000 XP sitting here. I'm about 300,000 or so close to that level, and then we'll see what happens. So I'm going to end this part here. When I get back to the house, if I don't continue on with this video, we will talk some more about what's going on, because we got Rosalia Community Day coming up this weekend, and they announced this Lunar event, which is going to have like a Tauros appearing everywhere. So if you don't have Tauros, this is your chance to get them. Shiny Tauros, all of that. There's a few more Pokemon that'll be out in the wild, but if I don't talk about it, the rest of this video we'll talk about in the next. Hopefully, beside me, you've been seeing some footage of the stressful stuff I had to endure this whole time. I need a break. But if I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I almost started to do another intro because it's been a couple days since the first part of this video has been up. And it took that long. Let me just tell you one more time. Getting where we are now was awful. So we did all the rocket stops and all that. We still needed the XP. And I finally got that. Shout out to Austin Huff. He came in the clutch because we were able to become best friends, and that saved me 200 XP. A lot of things. I've got egg on my face right now because I had 2 individuals who want to become best friends at a time that I wasn't ready. Not really motivated to play. It was late at night. I could have opened their gifts with a lucky, or let them open it and put on a lucky egg, but I did not, and missed out on 100,000 XP apiece. So I got 200,000 instead of 400,000. And one asked me at night, you remember me talking about that last video? I ended up asking Austin at night, hey, you ready? And he's like, I think it's one more day, bro. So early this morning, I put on an egg, and hopefully he puts on one when he opens his game. See, I feel bad about that, but I did it. So sorry, Austin, if you miss out on that, because trust and believe, the level that I'm on now, it requires a lot of XP, but we're going to take our time. I'm just in more control over what happens now. Not only is that a thing, but now we have a level 45 challenge, which is like, I don't know, power up Pokemon 45 times. I mean, you can see it somewhere up here in the graphic. It should be there, me showing all that. You get a nice snazzy new hat with level 45, so that was cool. They want you to take snapshots of, your buddy for 7 days. Okay, I'm in control of that. 7 days in a row, 50 excellent throws. Okay, not excited about that, but again, that's on me. And then, like 100 research tasks or something like that. So all of that is doable. It's a lot, but it's within time. I can do it all in one day if possible. Whereas this rocket stuff, they're only up for so long, and they're not guaranteed to be in every location. So I feel for those who did this before this event, and I feel for a lot of you who are going to have to do this after event. So my advice is, if you're watching this, if you're level 43, go ahead and become level 45 now. You'll thank me later, because you're going to be on 44 regardless of how much XP you have for a long time, unless you spend money on these rocket radars, and it's ridiculous. It literally sucked all the fun out of the game for me. Niantic, if you're watching this, it's probably the single worst level in this level up, and it's probably the single worst experience I've had in the game, to be honest with you. I bellyached for it for several videos. I'm glad that it's over with now, but I still feel like I'm going to take like an extended break at some point, at least when it comes to making videos as well on Pokemon Go. We still have, I think, if you're still watching, I think after the Kanto event would be a great time for me to scale back some. I don't see any new legendaries. They could surprise me and put a new legendary out. If they put a new legendary out, then I won't take a break like I want to, but I still need to, I don't know, I feel like I got to get my mind right. I feel like this has jaded my whole gaming experience with Pokemon Go, and a break would satisfy me so that when I come back, I'd have other things. I'd have a better upbeat personality like I've mainly had over the course of these videos I've made over the years for you guys. That being said, where are you at now? How was it for you when you did this? Maybe it was better for you. Maybe you're more into PvP, so it wasn't that bad, but it was just constant driving around and loops. It was bad enough to have to get 6 components to get a radar. But then after you get the radar, you've got to drive around and find where the specific guys were. No, they should just be wherever. If part of the event was having the rocket grunts wherever, challenging Cliff, Sierra, and Arlo should be wherever. But no, you still had to find the specific locations they were, and that was equally annoying. So on one hand, I didn't give Niantic, $20, but on the other, I spent probably just as much in gas driving around like an idiot trying to find, everything that we needed to be done with it. But it's done. You keep looking at the same thing over and over again. You feel like, you're stuck, and it just wasn't fun overall. So that being said, we're moving on. I wish you guys the best. But hey, if I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Captain Sensation!